can you simply explain cash discounting? If you can't simply explain it, then you simply don't understand it. Folks, cash discounting is very, very simple. People don't really like making decisions. To be honest with you, they suck at making decisions and jumping on stuff. So you have to be able to make it simple. People do not buy complicated. I'm 100% certain that I am 0% sure about what I'm doing. I'm sure a lot of you feel this way right now. A lot of you that have just signed up. Like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm 100% certain about it, right? I love that. All right, let's talk about keeping this simple. What we really are out there doing is we're just trying to find people that are interested. That's it. If they're not interested, it's okay. Got to go. But we got to be able to get the information out there to see if they're interested to begin with. If they are, then we're going to show them. But the reason why I don't give exact scripts is because, well, first of all, we all have different personalities, but I could give 1,000 people say, this is how you say it. And 10% of them will always outperform the rest. Why is that? It's the same words. It's the same product. It's the same company. If everyone says the same thing, how come 10% will always outperform the rest of them? For starters, fundamentals, C factors, your tone of voice, your body language. You guys can't see me right now, but my arms, I'm talking, I'm using my hands, my voice has an influx. It's enthusiastic. There's C factors behind it. That's one reason. You've got to get really good at those. First impression, right? All you're doing is eliminating a bill they hate. Keep it that simple. I mean, I could basically just stop the rest of this little section and keep it right there. If you get nothing else out of this. We're eliminating a bill that they don't like, folks. It's pretty simple stuff. So if you just grasp that right there, if you didn't know anything else other than we have a program that can get rid of their bill, and you can get excited about that and bring that excitement with you in the field and transfer it through enthusiasm, you're gonna find people that are interested. That is a skill that you need to be very good at, because I don't want you out there talking to 100 people and only one person is interested, okay? Law of averages says that's probably not gonna happen. Those are pretty bad numbers. But obviously, you can increase your law of averages by gaining this skill that I'm talking about, which is piquing interest. And the simpler you keep it, the more people are going to be interested. The more complicated you make it, the more disinterested they're going to become. So if you had nothing else other than enthusiasm and can explain getting rid of their bill that they don't like, you're going to find interested people. Okay, let's move on. The 10% that outperform have communication skills that make the business owner not feel like they're being sold. Let's put it that way. If you were to call your brother, or if you don't have a brother, a good friend, right? That's a mechanic. Let's just say they're a mechanic or a waitress or whatever. If you went down to their business, would you be awkward? If I went and visited my brother Cam down at his business, or if I was calling him to set an appointment, I'd walk in the door and be like, hey, what's going on? How's things going down here? Right on. Hey, I've got something important I need to show you. Let's sit down. Check this out. It's going to help your business out. Here's how it works. I'm not going to come in all awkward. I'm not going to call, be like, hey, what's going on? My name is Joe Wagner. I'm with Easy Pay, and I've got something that I think you need to look at. Is the owner in? Okay, I wouldn't do that. You got to talk to people like you know them. You got to talk to them like they're your friends or your brother or your sister. Just talk to people like normal. Hey, what's going on, man? How's things going? Sorry for interrupting. My name's Joe. I just need to go over this. It takes about 30 seconds. I know you get a lot of calls. Again, I know you're in the middle of something, but here's what I got. Here's what's going on. Here's what it's going to do for you. If they're interested, I'm going to keep going. If they're not interested, I appreciate your time. Have a good one, man. God bless you. Pretty simple. They can talk to them like normal people. They're not trying to sell everyone. They're just out there to show off what they've got. And if they're interested, they will stay. If they're not interested, they will move on. So when I say show off, I literally mean show it off. We're going to get into this stuff this week. We're going to get into using the app, pulling it out, showing them, being enthusiastic, and not expecting people to just believe what they say, but they're going to show it. You're going to show off what you've got, okay? Understand their reluctance ahead of time and address it before they use it as an excuse. You've heard me say it a couple times, maybe didn't pick up on it. But when I'm walking into someone's business, one of the first things out of my mouth is, I know you're busy, and I know you get a lot of calls. I just killed 2 rebuttals. They have no idea who I am. I haven't even said my name yet. They now can't say, yeah, I get a lot of calls on this, and I'm really busy. I already said that. It is all intentional. I'm killing rebuttals with almost everything I say. And as you do this, you're going to learn what their rebuttals are because they're the same everywhere. Everywhere USA, they're the same every single day. You might get a couple oddball ones. You have the same 5 rebuttals every day. So once you know what those are, which I'm going to teach you, we want to kill those ahead of time. We want to preemptively strike that stuff so that their brain can't put up a false hurdle. Because that's all these they're excuses. These rebuttals are false hurdles. You make a point that they can't argue with, so their brain comes up with something that's irrelevant, right? So if we can just get rid of that irrelevant stuff up front, then we can have a nice flow in our conversation and those 5 steps to a conversation towards the close with as minimal interruptions as possible. So when you come in and say things like, hey, what's going on? Sorry for interrupting you. I know you kind of got your hands full. You probably get a lot of calls on this stuff. Here's what's going on. It's super exciting. I've got this program. It gets rid of those fees that you guys hate. You know, every time you swipe a card, you're getting dinged with all these fees. This gets rid of that. Okay, I know you get a lot of calls, but let me show you why this is different and what it's going to do for your business. I killed a couple of rebuttals. They're going to hear me out. Pretty simple. Here are 3 main things that you have to understand. They don't like the industry. They've been burned before, and they don't trust you, okay? That's what you're up against. Okay, so for those of you that have been out in the field, you're sitting there nodding your head like, yep, and yep. And for those of you that just got on, just know these things ahead of time, because once you know them, we can kill them ahead of time when you do your pitches. It works really well. You just have to accept what it is, and you have to learn how to beat it. So use your tools to show instead of just talking. If you find yourself 5 minutes in explaining the program and you don't have something on the table, they haven't seen a video, they're not looking at a flyer, you haven't showed them the X'd out apps, you're just talking. There's not actually any momentum going on. And normally what's going on is you're stuck in one of those 5 steps to a conversation. Like you might be stuck on the short story, which should be as simple as there's a program that gets rid of the fees you guys pay. You know, every time you swipe a card, I can get rid of those. Check this out. Boom. When I say check this out and now I throw something on the table for them to look at, I just transitioned from my short story to the presentation, right? There's a bridge. But when you find yourself sitting there just talking and talking and talking, you're normally stuck in one of those steps and you don't know how to bridge over to the next part, right? And those are the little things that we're going to work on there. So use your tools instead of just talking. The tools work. Because right there, see, they don't trust you. It's not you personally. They just don't trust the industry. That is why I am so big on using tools. Don't take my word for it. Here, let me show you in writing. Lines like that overcome the, I'm not taking it personal that you don't trust me. It's all good, but let me show you in writing, because that's all that actually matters. Things like that help you establish trust. Promote our core values and how we operate. That is a separate slide. I'm today going to go over our core values. All right, so some do's and